Hey, what is up, mortals? It is AC here, and before we get into today's video, there is something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store! Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go into the description below and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Before this what if gets started, I need to clarify some things. In this what if, Deku is a little shorter and is often mistaken for a kid. His hair is less messy but has a few strands sticking out. He was also born with a dragon birthmark that looks the same as Meliodas'. His personality is also different. He doesn't get scared as easily, if at all, has uncanny frankness and utter fearlessness, and has a repressed bad temper. He is much more extroverted and outgoing. He is also very bawdy and loves to frequently tell jokes. Deku's quirk is Full Counter. This quirk lets him reflect an attack sent at him back at their user with double power, but he needs an object to channel it. This can be used on physical attacks or emitter-type quirks, but only one at a time. One day, while Deku is around 5, he's on the swing just swinging when he overhears Bakugo. "You have such a weak quirk! How about we beat a new quirk into you?" Deku starts walking over to the group with his hands behind his head. As Bakugo is about to hit the kid, Deku grabs his red shoe and puts it up against Bakugo's left hook, repelling his explosion back at him. The explosion knocks him to the ground, causing his lackeys to retreat. Deku murmurs, "I hate who hurt the weak." He turns to the kid getting bullied and says, "You alright?" The kid nods his head and says, "Uh-huh." Deku smiles and says, "Great, now I'm gonna be heading off." About 9 years later, while Deku is walking to school, he gets held up at a villain fight. Kamui Woods, who's fighting the villain, yells, "My special move, Lacquer Chain Prison!" As he's about to capture the villain, Mount Lady comes in saying, "Canyon Kick!" knocking the villain down. The villain is captured and Izuku is able to walk to school. When Deku gets to school, his teacher grabs some papers on his desk and explains, "As third-year students, it's time for you to seriously think about your futures. I could pass out some career aptitude tests, but I know y'all want to be heroes," throwing the papers into the air. The students hold their hands up and start using their quirks. The teacher tries to calm them down by saying, Now, no quirk usage in school, everyone." Bakugo has his legs up on his desk and he says,
"Hey, Teach, don't let me in with these losers."
A random student angered by this says, "You think you're better than us, Katsuki?" The teacher looks down at his papers and says, "Oh yeah, you want to go UA, right, Bakugo?" Bakugo jumps onto his desk and says,
"I aced the math test. I'm the only one here who even has a chance of getting into UA."
Deku chuckles and says, "Actually, Kachan, I'm trying to get into UA. Try to hear what our teacher has to say before jumping on the desk and making a scene." He looks back at Izuku and yells,
"You annoying bastard!"
He starts using his explosions to fly over to Izuku and throw a right hook. But when it's about to hit, Deku flicks off a button on his shirt and holds it up against Bakugo's hand, repelling the physical energy behind it and flinging Bakugo back into his seat. The whole class laughs at Bakugo as he readjusts himself. "Oh yeah, Izuku, you were trying to get to UA too." The students start talking. "I mean, Izuku is really strong, but the national school?" Midoriya says, "Well, I don't know. Might as well try, you know." After class, Bakugo walks up to Deku and says,
"If you embarrass me in class one more time, I'll make sure you regret it."
Izuku shrugs.
"You can try, but I doubt you could do anything to make me regret it."
Deku walks outside, unfazed by Bakugo's threat. Deku accidentally takes a wrong turn trying to get home and ends up at the end of a tunnel. As he's about to grab his phone to get some directions, he hears behind him,
"Hey, little boy, you look about 9, maybe 10. Taking of your body should be easy as pie."
Deku grabs his phone and runs towards the monster. Deku thinks, "So, his body is obviously a mutant class quirk, so I can't deflect the quirk, but the force of the sludge might just work." Deku grabs his phone and yells,
"Full counter!"
hitting a tendril that was about to hit him. His plan works, hitting back the tendril with a lot of force, but when Deku thinks that he's won, the sludge reforms and starts coming back at Izuku.
"You're one pesky 4th grader, now please stop struggling."
Izuku gets mad at the villain, saying, "I'm about to be in high school, you weird villain." But as Deku was about to use the same attack, he realized his phone was smashed to pieces and was no longer usable to deflect an attack. The sludge villain starts suffocating Deku. Just as Deku gets captured, Almond appears. He says,
"I am here, Detroit Smash!"
freeing Deku. Izuku lands on his feet and says, "Well, thanks here for freeing me. I'll be going now." All Might is confused about this, but decides not to think about it too much and starts collecting the sludge. Before we get back into the story, I would like to say that we've got a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive is a channel based on a variety of anime lore. If you're interested in content like this, make sure you click the icon on the top right corner or check out the description below for a link to the channel. Now with that out of the way, let's get back into the story. When Deku gets home, he decides to just go to bed for the rest of the day. Deku opens his eyes and finds himself in a weird yellow room behind a man that looked a lot like him. The man says, "So you're my descendant who got my power. Wow, you look a lot like me." Deku replies, "Wait, who are you?" The man replies, "Name's Meliodas, and who might you be, descendant of mine?" Izuku replies, "It's Izuku. Wait, what's going on?" Meliodas replies, "I'm pretty sure through the generations my power has been dormant in our bloodline, but it seems your father's red demon-like power activated my magical ability full counter since I'm a part of the demon clan. Your birthmark is a side effect, I think. It looks the same as my tattoo. My demon powers also seem to be there, but I don't think you've gotten mad enough to activate it. I'll give you a little nudge so it's easier." His body starts fading, becoming blurry. "Oh shoot, Marilyn's spell is running out. Well kid, I gotta go." Deku reaches out and says, "I have more questions. Who's Marilyn?" Then he wakes up with his hand extended forward, and he thinks, "Was that all a dream? Demon power? It couldn't have been a dream. I need to try to activate this new power." When he gets out of bed, it's morning, so he decides to make some eggs for breakfast. He reaches up for the pan's cupboard, but then one of the pans falls on him. The pain causes Deku to get frustrated with his shortness, but due to Meliodas' nudge, this translates to anger, starting his demon powers, but on a smaller scale than Meliodas in the anime. Deku looks down at his hands to see what look like purple swirls on them. He gets confused and runs to the bathroom to look in the mirror, but by the time he gets there, it's gone. Deku spends the next 10 months trying to draw out this power again, and is able to a few times, but not on purpose, only when he gets frustrated or mad. After the 10 months, the day of the UA entrance exam comes. Deku walks up to the front of UA and looks at the building with an excited stare. He starts walking forward, looking straight up. While he's not paying attention, he trips. As he's falling, he starts floating in the air, and he looks beside him to see a brunette girl. Deku readjusts himself and stands upright. Midoriya says, "That's your quirk, right? Thanks for saving me." Uraraka says, "No problem. Isn't this so nerve-wracking? I mean, it's the best school in the country." Deku replies, "I guess," and walks into the school. In the auditorium, President Mike says, "What's up, UA candidates? Thanks for tuning in to me, your school DJ. Come on, let me hear ya." The whole place is silent. Mike replies with, "Keeping it mellow, huh? That's fine. I'll just get to the main point on how this practical exam is gonna go." President Mike tries to cheer up the crowd again by saying, "Are you ready?" The crowd replies again with silence. He continues, "Like your application said, you rockin' boys and girls will be out there conducting 10-minute mock urban battles after this." President Mike then continues his presentation until Ida's interruption. "Sir, you have stated that there's 3 fake villains, but on the printout it shows 4. If this is a mistake on your official UA material, it is disgraceful." President Mike answers, "The 4th villain is just an obstacle that'll get in your way. It'll be worth 0 points." Ida replies, "Thank you." Deku stands in front of the gate of Ground Beta. He's wearing a white shirt, white rolled-up pants, and a green vest. As Deku starts stretching, President Mike says, "Start! There are no countdowns in real battles!" Izuku, surprised by this, gets up slower than the others and starts running. A 3-pointer runs up to him and thrusts its claw-like appendage at him. Deku grabs his shoe off his foot and uses it to repel the robot's physical attack. He then grabs the robot's disconnected arm as a weapon for the rest of the exam. As Deku destroys a 1-pointer, he sees tons of people heading in the opposite direction he was facing. Then he looks up to see the 0-pointer. He realizes why everyone is running away, and he starts to run himself until he hears a scream. He looks back to see the same brunette that saved him from falling earlier. He grunts and says, "Everyone heard a scream, but no one went to save her. That gets me mad." He activates his small amount of demon power, covering his face in a black, weirdly shaped mark that had a purple tint, and jumps up to under the robot's fist as he's about to punch the girl. He uses the robot arm and yells, "Full canter!" pushing the robot back into the street. Deku lands and gets rid of his demon form and gets the rubble off the girl. When he's done, President Mike announces, "Time's up!" About a week later, the letter from UA arrives. Deku rips the letter open as a hologram appears on Deku's desk. All Might appears on the screen.
Izuku Midoriya, congrats, you made it into UA High School with an impressive score of 82, scoring first place.
Deku scoffs and says, "Wonder why All Might's on a UA acceptance letter. Oh well, got in." Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before this video ends. On behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer for this video as well as the editor for this video. Their details will be in the description. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or you're interested in becoming one of those, go to the Discord that is in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for members to join us. That's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and hit that like button if you liked the video. Until next time, peace out mortals and have an amazing day.